Most people believe the Sunday Scaries are a sign that you hate your job, but they are wrong. The anxiety you feel at 7 in the evening on a Sunday isn't a reflection of your career choice, it is a failure of your internal operating system. It is the biological cost of living in a future that hasn't happened yet. Today, we aren't just going to manage your stress, we are going to apply a Stoic Protocol to dismantle it. Welcome to Corporate Defog.
It is Sunday afternoon. The sun is beginning to dip. Technically, you are free. You aren't answering emails or sitting in a meeting. But you aren't actually there. Your mind is already in Monday's 9 o'clock status call. You're rehearsing an argument with a difficult stakeholder. You're scanning your mental inbox for the landmine you might have missed on Friday. Your body is on the sofa, but your nervous system is in the boardroom. This is the anticipatory gap. It's the space where Sunday dies and where your productivity for the coming week is strangled before it begins.
The hidden problem isn't the workload, it's cognitive leakage. In psychology, we talk about attention residue, the idea that your brain struggles to switch tasks. But in the corporate world, we suffer from temporal residue. We've been conditioned to believe that preparing for the week means worrying about the week. We mistake rumination for readiness. But as the Stoic philosopher Seneca famously wrote, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Your Sunday anxiety is a hallucination. You are reacting to ghosts. To solve this, we don't need a vacation, we need a protocol.
The first step in the protocol is the brutal application of the dichotomy of control. Most of your Sunday dread comes from externals, things you cannot influence tonight. Will the client be happy? Will the boss be in a bad mood? Will the server crash? Stoicism teaches us that focusing on externals is a form of voluntary insanity. Take a piece of paper and write down every single worry floating in your head. Now, strike through everything that you cannot physically change right now from your living room. What's left? Usually, nothing. If you can't act on it, it doesn't deserve a seat at your dinner table. The second principle is Premediatio Malorum, or the premeditation of evils. The Scaries thrive on the vague. You feel a general sense of doom because you haven't defined it. Instead of running from the worst-case scenario, walk right up to it and shake its hand. Ask yourself what the absolute worst thing is that could happen tomorrow. You miss a deadline? You get a reprimand? Define the monster. Once the monster has a name and a size, it stops growing. You realize that even the worst-case corporate outcome is rarely fatal. It's just data.
The third principle is the closed-loop ritual. There's a concept in productivity called the Zeigarnik effect, which states that our brains remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. Your brain screams at you on Sunday because you left loops open on Friday. You didn't finish that deck or reply to that urgent ping. The protocol requires a Friday shutdown. If you don't close the loop on Friday, Sunday will try to close it for you. But since it's Sunday and you cannot act, the brain just loops endlessly. To apply this strategically, start with the 4 o'clock Friday audit. Never leave the office on Friday without a Monday map. Write down the first 3 actions you will take on Monday morning, not goals, but actions. Open Excel, filter row B, email Sarah. This signals to your brain that the plan is safe, allowing it to disengage. Next, use the Sunday buffer hour. At 6 in the evening, spend exactly 20 minutes looking at your Monday map. Don't do the work, just acknowledge the plan. Then, physically move to a different room as a pattern interrupt. Finally, use cognitive reframing. Anxiety and excitement feel identical in the body. Next time the scaries hit, tell yourself your body is preparing for a high-performance event. Reframing the threat as preparation changes how your brain processes the signal.
We must shift our perspective on what rest actually is. In the corporate world, we often treat rest as recharging for work, seeing ourselves as batteries that exist only to power the machine.
This is a trap. If you view your Sunday only as a pre-work recovery period, you have already surrendered your life to the corporation. Stoicism reminds us that your primary job is not your title, it is your character. Your Sunday doesn't belong to your employer. It is a sovereign territory. When you allow work anxiety to colonize your Sunday, you are paying a tax that was never actually levied. Stop paying it.
The Sunday Scaries are not an inevitable part of a career. They are a symptom of a mind that has forgotten how to live in the present. Tomorrow will have its challenges. You will handle them then with the tools you have then. But tonight is yours. Protect it with the same ruthlessness you used to protect your margins.
If you found these strategies helpful, or if you're navigating the complexities of corporate life and want to do it more strategically, consider subscribing to Corporate Defog. We're building a library for the modern professional who refuses to let their career consume their character. But before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 Stoic principles resonated with you the most? Is it the Dichotomy of Control, or perhaps the Friday shutdown ritual? Drop a comment below with the word sovereign if you're reclaiming your Sunday tonight. It helps the algorithm find others who need to hear this message, and I'll be jumping into the replies to discuss your strategies for ending the cycle of work anxiety. Protect your time. Be well.